Next, we will add a UI to the display. So let's place an XR UI canvas here in the display. Let's reset the position. And now, so that one is about 1 maybe 1 meter actually, if I look here at the grid on the back. So so we should have 1000 pixels in the one direction and maybe 800 in the other. 0.01. So let's place this here. Could be a bit less from the height. 700. Let's do 650, and then it neatly fits in here. And we can also set this directly on the display. And of course now it changes also, but maybe that should be fine. So let's first give it some background color. So I add just an image, and here I can make this kind of a stretched version. Let's just take some color, some light pinkish, and gonna just make a larger scale. Okay, here these are the right ones. So we go into stretch, and then the differences to the edges should be 0. So that's our background, and then let's add some standard UI elements, for example a slider. So let's scale this up a bit. I think this canvas is the other way round. I think that's the correct side of the, yeah, because the slider normally goes from left to right. So that seems fine. Let's place this here, and we can put some explaining text on top of it. So let's take the Text Mesh Pro and call this music volume. Place it there, make it a little wider. Like this. Okay, and the other one is that we add a toggle button here. Let's also scale this up. And here it actually has a normal text field. Let's remove this and add a Text Mesh Pro one. Pro text. So music on off. So this is also in the stretch mode. This is actually the same for the here for this TMP. Actually not. What happens if I go into stretch? Okay. No, that's the placement within the whole thing. That's not what I need. That seems fine to me. But the music, so let's just do normal alignment here. And the only thing I'm a bit surprised is that the text size is so different. Okay, maybe the simplest one is to just set these on auto size and then set the bounding box in some reasonable way. So let's make this a bit wider and also higher. Sorry for this whole scaling issue here. Still, this doesn't really kind of become as big as I wanted. Well, let's go take it like this. And so what's important for this canvas is that it has these graphic raycaster, and so that it is seen by the raycaster, and that these objects also interact with the raycaster. Now we also would like something to happen. So let's add here in the world an ambient music, and we can just drag in a background music, let's say play on awake and loop. And so using the events here on the display, we can manipulate this music. So here for the slider, we can go here on value changed and then drag in the ambient. Now here in the function, we take the audio source, and it's very important. There are two parts. One is with static parameters, so that's always sending kind of the same value, which you can define, or dynamic float, which takes actually kind of the value from the slider. And we want actually to use this value, so let's take volume, and the other one is here in the toggle. We do the same thing, drag in the ambient music here and take dynamic bool, and in this case, let's say enabled. Great. Okay, now we should be able to test this. Okay, here we are in VR, and we see two problems. The one is that the floor is somehow flickering, and we'll fix this in a second. But we have here the interaction with the display. For some reason, the label is gone here, but I can influence also the music volume. So let's go back and fix this. So for the floor, here we can see that it flickers already in the editor, and the reason is that the floor is kind of intersecting with the room floor. So that's essentially just bad 3D modeling, but if we just move this up by 1 centimeter, that's not a problem anymore. And for this display here, so here we see that for some reason here there is also a Z position, which should be just 0. But the other positions seem to be fine. Is there also something else here? But weird enough, it disappears on different occasions. Maybe we just remove that label and just double that one. Let's call this music on off. So if we go back to VR now, so the flickering is gone. I should be able to teleport on the floor. That's not happening at the moment, but I can set the music volume. So the teleportation area is still broken. Okay, so for the teleportation to work, here I needed to also add a locomotion system, and to the world floor, a teleportation area. I think really 1 centimeter should be fine. Let's test this again. Yes. Okay. Now I can move around in the space, and I can also interact here with the display. One small detail, the music volume should start actually on the top value, not on the bottom value, so it is actually consistent from the beginning. So we go here into the slider, and I think we can also set here the value to 1 at the beginning. Okay,